So, and I just want to warn you guys that this is going to be recorded, just so that those businesses that couldn't make it out today, we can post it to our website and our YouTube, and they're allowed to take a look at it in case they weren't able to make it today. So just a warning there. But once again, thank you for coming out today. Jenna and myself have been happy to work with many of you guys, and we're excited to work with many more to help build up your digital online presence, whether it be through social media. We're going to go through e-commerce platforms today, and we do have some more webinars coming up in the future, which we will get into the dates of those. Jenna will be in the chat. If they have any urgent questions to ask, she'll be able to answer those in the chat as we go through this today. Or if you want to jot some questions down that we can ask at the end, I'm more than happy to help you out. Or if there's some more that you would like to ask more so in private, I'll also have our contact information at the end, so you can shoot us an email or give us a call or a text. So we'll get right into it today. So today we're going through e-commerce platforms. I chose this option today as I think e-commerce is a really crucial part to your online business, helping your actual brick and mortar store and whatever that may be. So we'll just get right into it here. So to start off, I want to go through what actually is e-commerce. So e-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and services over the internet. It is conducted over computers, tablets, smartphones, and other smart devices. Almost anything can be purchased through e-commerce today. It can be a substitute for brick and mortar stores, though many of you guys today are looking to actually just add it to your to have it with your brick and mortar store, which is great. It's an awesome way to really build up your revenue, build up your sales, and get your branding out there. And today we're going to be looking at 4 different types of e-commerce sites. We're going to be looking at Shopify, Square, Amazon, and Etsy. All of these, of course, are going to have their pros and cons, and we'll be discussing those. There are many different e-commerce platforms that you may be even using today. And if there is something that you are using that's a little different, Jen and I would love to hear about it, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. And if it's something that you'd like to stick with, Jen and I are more than happy to dig a little deeper into those and find out some more information so that we can help you grow your e-commerce market and grow your online stores. And so we'll get further into it here. We're going to go through some of the actual advantages of using e-commerce. So of course, there's going to be a low financial cost. So low startup costs, essentially, you just need to buy a subscription to one of these platforms, as well as the product itself, of course. Many of you are going to be adding it to the brick and mortar stores, but if it was just an e-commerce, you wouldn't have to worry about paying rent, any signage fees, sales equipment, that type of thing. And another thing is you wouldn't really need to hire a full-time staff to sit there in your store as a retail person. You could almost do it yourself completely. There's another advantage would be the 24/7 potential income that comes with it, whether it's 2 p.m. or 2 a.m., no matter what it is, your store is open. People are able to go online, go to your online store and buy something. And then, the next morning, whatever it may be, you're able to go in and follow through with that purchase. You're also able to sell internationally. I also have a large geographical area. So sometimes businesses are happy to sell internationally, but you do have to remember that sometimes there can be duties and taxes and that sort of thing with that. So I wrote down also large geographical area. So whether someone is in Haldeman or they're all the way out in BC, you're able to, take their what they purchased and you're able to ship it out. Some people, this with the long shipping, there's going to be more of a cost, and you have to decide, am I going to be able to take some of that, or should I just charge it with the option itself? So you want to keep that in mind. And then you can also showcase your best sellers. So with your online store, you're given the opportunity to have different widgets within your online store where you can have, your best sellers. It really gives you the opportunity to just show off what everyone's selling, what everyone already likes, and it allows your potential customers to, get a better idea of what your best product is. And then there's impulse purchases. So as much as you say as a business owner, I don't want to force anyone to buy anything. It is always nice when people make impulse purchases. So something like that, you can have another widget that says selling fast, or almost out of stock, or even back to best sellers. So that's another nice option with e-commerce. Product and price comparisons, another great advantage of e-commerce. People can put it in their cart, and you're able to, if you're looking at a t-shirt, you compare, do I like red, or do I like a purple t-shirt? There's different styles you can compare. And then not only that, but there's also the prices that you can compare with that as well. And it's a less invasive experience. In today's day and age, I find that a lot of customers are not really looking to speak to a retail person. They would rather just kind of go on their own, which is just the way the world's going today. So that's just another advantage that you can consider taking when you go into your e-commerce market. So now there actually is 4 different types of e-commerce. Today, we're going to be going over mainly the first one there, business to consumer. But I do want to just kind of go over the different types of e-commerce that there are there. So number 1, business to consumer. This is the one where most of you guys are going to be looking at. It's when a business sells a good or a service to an individual consumer. So an example of this be you buy a pair of shoes from an online retailer. So that's kind of what we're going to be targeting today. But we'll go through the rest of them here. So there's also business to business. So when a business sells a good or service to another business, an example of this can be an automobile company buys glass off of another business. So there you have the automobile company being a business, as well as those that are making the glass. And then number 3, there's consumer to consumer. This is where the consumer sells good or service to another consumer. An example would be you buy a piece of old furniture off of Facebook Marketplace or eBay, or that kind of market. And then consumer to business, where you sell a product or service to another business. So an example of this would be a photographer offers their images for business usage, which is also another one that possibly could be brought up later on today. So when posting or displaying your products through your e-commerce, there's a couple tips and tricks to keep in mind just to attract the largest audience as possible and attract your audience. So one thing you're going to do is use good product descriptions, good resolution images or videos, whatever it may be. So really just take good images, pictures of what the product you're displaying is. If it's something that you struggle with or you need a hand with, economic development and tourism at Haldeman County has some good opportunities. We got some light boxes, which would be great for businesses to try out. So if it is an issue that you have, reach out to Jenna and I, or anybody on the economic development team, and they will be more than happy to assist you with that. You want to address all the questions that the customer might have about their item details. More details they have about your item, the more confidence they're going to have about their purchase. It really just creates a better market for your potential customers. So make sure you lay it all out there, just so that the customer doesn't have to ask too many questions about it. You're also going to want to review feedback on the order information and delivery process. There's always going to be feedback, whether it's through Google reviews, or just on your online website itself, or maybe it's even just an email that people send to you. Hopefully there's going to be a lot of good ones. And of course, there's always going to be something that possibly there's a speed bump in the way. Maybe something was out of stock and one of your customers was not happy with that. But I would recommend just answering it, being honest with them. It can't be that bad. So if someone bought something and you actually were out of stock in it, you just say, sorry, we're out of stock. If you're interested, we get more stock in 2 weeks. So just be honest about it, and make sure you review all your feedback that you get. Try to accept as many payment modes as possible. It's just great flexibility for the customers to use kind of whatever they would like. We're going to get into this a little more with the certain platforms itself and what they accept, but definitely having more payment methods is the best. And then you want to build your own sales strategy and customize it to your own business. So you want to create advertisements and marketing ideas. You really want to target your audience that you're looking for, and then you want to sell your brand as much as you're selling your product. So if, let's say, for an example, if you're a shoe company, you're selling your shoes, of course, but you also want your name to sell as well. As many people, you want them to remember, I bought this pair of shoes from this shoe company and it was an awesome experience. So I'm going to go back to them. So now we're going to step into the e-commerce platforms itself. So I'm going to go through four. I mentioned them earlier. But like I said, there is many more options. These are ones that I have found have worked out there really well with small businesses. So I think these are great options for you guys to use. But like I said earlier, if you have other e-commerce platforms that you really like, I'd be more than happy to discuss that and see how we can utilize that to help out your business. So first off is Shopify. Some of the pros of Shopify are it's user-friendly apps, the storefront themes. So there's a lot of themes that come with Shopify. Some of them are free. I believe there's about 10 to 15 that are free options with Shopify. And then there's also a bunch more that you can pay for, but that's a really nice point to it. And then it is 93% recommended by those who use it today. So obviously there is a lot of businesses that are very happy with Shopify. So that's nice to know. There is some cons with it. It is kind of an expensive option. And there is some transaction fees that go along with it. So some features with Shopify, like I mentioned with the themes, there's 70 plus themes. I believe, like I said, 10 to 15 of those are free. And then there is some premium ones. User-friendly interface. So when you open it up, you have a nice toolbar on the left-hand side. It's all in front of you. Fully customizable online store. So if you want certain images in certain spots or certain colors, that sort of idea, Shopify is really nice for that. All popular payment methods are available. So like I mentioned before, it's nice to have that so that your customers can kind of use whatever they want to pay with. And then automate fulfillment process with third-party shipping apps. So the shipping process with Shopify is nice. This does go for a lot of them. A lot of them have some good shipping options where you can just kind of go to your settings, type in, if it's within Ontario, have free shipping, that sort of idea, and you can go on from there. And then there is 24/7 customer support. So Shopify is really known for how well their customer support is. So once you buy a plan with Shopify, they go above and beyond to help you. So no matter if it's a Friday at, let's say, 8 p.m. and your store goes down, you're able to call them, figure out what it is, and they'll get it back to running as quick as possible. So that's what they're really known for, is their customer support. So some of the Shopify options that I wanted to go over, they do have a few options from, they don't have many options with the cheaper ones going up all the way up to the ones that are going to have all your bits and pieces with it. So some of the plans here are, the first one is the light option. It's $9 a month. And these prices are in American, just the way that Shopify works with that. The only thing with Shopify Lite is it doesn't allow you to create your own domain with it. So it's not really an online e-commerce store. You can add the Lite option to your current website, which for small businesses, sometimes it's all they need. It allows you to have inventory management, selling on social media. And by that, I mean, you can add like a buy now button within your website or your social media, which is nice, but it doesn't exactly create a full online e-commerce store. But then you move up to the basic. You can create your own domain. You can have unlimited products with it. You can have a couple users editing your online store. This one is pretty common within small businesses because it does offer a lot of options. And then you move up to the standard. You can have 5 accounts editing your e-commerce site. This is where you get into gift cards, reports, analytics that come with it. So it's just kind of another step up. And then you move to the advanced. This is where you get into some large businesses. You can have 15 staff accounts editing it, advanced analytics, advanced reports that come with it. And then the shipping rates are pre-calculated for you, which is really nice. And then there's a plus option, which is above and beyond. It's for some very large businesses. I hope many of you get to there one day, but it's a really advanced option. It's got all the bells and whistles with it. But it is something that is quite large, and it would be a lot to handle for just a small business. And I also have a handout that I'm going to email to those that are here today. It's going to have all the options with it. So all the Shopify, Square, Amazon, and Etsy, I have a checklist of what they all offer. I didn't really want to go through it over the Zoom today, just because it is a lot to handle, a lot to take in right away. So I will send that out to you guys, and you'll be able to take a look at that to see what it offers, or what each one exactly offers. So the next on the list is Square. Square has become very popular amongst the small businesses in Haldeman. I find that a lot of those business owners are quite happy with it. It offers a lot of options, much like Shopify. Some really nice options, simple to use. Supports a point of sale system, which is an awesome part to it. There is a free option with Square. It has no monthly fees, which is nice. Obviously, if you're hoping to make a business out of it, you're going to want to offer more of an e-commerce site to it, but we'll get into that. Some of the cons with it are the limited customization compared to Shopify. There's image editing that you can't really do on Square. And then there is limited customer support days, which, like I said, Shopify is going to be best known for that. So some of the features here that are nice are it does come with a free URL. So with Shopify, you do have to purchase a actual domain itself, but with Square, it comes with your plan. There's inventory management and tracking, advanced reporting, support for in-store pickup. And by that, I mean, they all offer obviously in-store pickup, but this one is just kind of a really nice, Square has a nice option for it where you can just kind of click a button that says, I'm going to pick it up in store. You can link your point of sale system and your online store. So this is what a lot of small businesses are doing and taking advantage of with Square, which is great. And then it is just overall, it's great for small businesses. A lot of people recommend this one, which is nice. It is a little bit of a cheaper option than Shopify, but it does offer some great options to it as well. So some of the plans that come with Square. So the monthly fees, obviously you can see there. So there is a personal one. So with the personal option, you don't really want that for your small business, but once again, if you're a small startup or you just want to get into the e-commerce market, it is a great option for $16 a month. You just it's just tough to have more people edit your site and add on more options to your site. It's really just limited in terms of that. But once again, once I send out that email with all the options on it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about compared to the business one. This is where you get into your small business and what you can have unlimited users run your account. This is where the analytics start to come in. Where's my business coming from? Where can I target? And this is where you can link your point of sale system to your online store. And then you move up to the commerce basic or the basic commerce site. It's another step higher where you can integrate customer accounts, your gift cards, and make it feel like a completely fully accessible e-commerce site from the buyer side. And then the last one there is the advanced commerce. This is where it's got everything on it. It's a fully accessible e-commerce site for both the buyer and yourself, all your customer accounts. It's got everything to it, which is really nice. And there is a free option with the Square, like I mentioned. So with the free option, it charges 2.9% from each sale, plus an extra 30 cents on each sale. So like I said, if you're just kind of want to get a feel for the e-commerce world, then that's definitely maybe something you want to do. You sell a few options on or items on that, and then you kind of move up from there. Maybe next step would be the business step. And then a note on the transaction fees is that there's no fees with the basic commerce or the advanced commerce. The transaction fee would be on the business plan of 3% per item. Just one thing to note when you're, if you're deciding between the business and the basic, it's nice to know that there is a 3% fee with all your sales. So next we're going to move on to is Amazon. So one thing I wanted to note with Amazon, the next two I'm actually going to go through, Amazon and Etsy, are a little different approach to e-commerce. Once again, they're all e-commerce, they're online sales. You can target, your audience anywhere type deal, but it is a bit different as you're selling under the Amazon or the Etsy name. So it's already branded for you. The marketing's already done for you. You're just kind of putting your products under the Amazon name. So some of the pros with it are it's purchase ready customers. So people that are, I'm going to bring back up the shoe example, people that are on Amazon to buy shoes, they're there. There's a good chance they're actually already interested in buying the shoes. They're not just searching around, which is nice. the reputation that Amazon has. Obviously, I'm sure everyone here has heard of Amazon before even coming here today, and it's easy to use as well. Some of the cons are you lose your customer loyalty with this. So if someone bought the pair of shoes off Amazon, which technically was through you, now when they go to buy on Amazon again, they don't really know exactly. They just think they bought it off Amazon. They don't know they bought it off your shoe store. There's no data or analytics that can go with Amazon, and then it limits your brand. So same as the customer loyalty, there's not really a good way of branding yourself this brand sold me this pair of shoes. It's more so Amazon sold you this pair of shoes. Some of the features are you're able to choose a small plan to sell whenever, which we'll get into the plans. It's one of the largest e-commerce sites in the world today. International expansion. So once again, it's internationally known. So people from everywhere can look into it. But once again, with the shipping, with the duties and the taxes on that, just keep that in mind if you are interested in selling internationally. And then there's low marketing costs for you through this. So there's two options with Amazon. There's an individual plan, which has a fee of $1.49 per unit. So this is where, if you want to just sell a small amount of units, then definitely this is a good option for you. Or you just want to get into the market, it's great for you. $1.49 per unit. So everything you sell, that's what they charge from you. Or you can go up to the professional plan, and that's where you're going to pay $30 a month. And this allows you to have more of a online store within Amazon. You're able to sell, as many items as you'd like. And it's going to cost you $30 a month, which is pretty good. Once again, you get Amazon's already done all the marketing for you. And it's just a great option for that as well. So then we move on to Etsy. So like I said, Etsy is similar to Amazon, just kind of a different market that comes with it. Some of the pros, you get an immediate build, less financial risk, and an easy setup. And the cons, limited branding, no store ownership, and there is some listing fees that come with Etsy. So much like Amazon, the marketing is already done for you, and then the branding is just something that you won't be able to own as much, but it is a great option. So some of the features with Etsy is you're able to customize like a banner template, which is nice. So you almost can create an online store with Etsy. It allows you to do that a little better than what Amazon would. But once again, it's not the best option. You can have email alerts for yourself. You can target niche markets, and there is the built-in customer base. So some of the options with Etsy, there's the personal plan, which is 20 cents for each item. So once again, if the personal plan is more so for those that are just trying to get into the market, into the e-commerce market, sell a couple items, see how it goes. So with the fees with this, so there's a 20-cent listing fee plus a 5% transaction fee on items you sell. And then there's also a standard 3% and 25-cent payment processing fee. So there is some fees that start to add up, especially with the personal plan. So once you start selling, large amounts or more items, you're going to start to want to go towards the plus, which is your $10 a month. And then there is going to be some fees with that, but it wouldn't compare to what it would be with the personal. So another great option for an e-commerce market. But like I said, it's a little different idea than what you're going to go through with the first two. So Shopify and Square are going to be more so for the businesses that are hoping to build their brand, really kind of show off what they have and what products their business is doing. So you're selling your brand with those two. And then you look down at the bottom too there with the Amazon and Etsy, which are once again great options. And you're just not able to brand yourself as much. So personally, I would recommend for a small business hoping to continue to grow with their revenue, I would recommend the Shopify or Square options. But once again, if Amazon or Etsy is something that caught your eye, then that's something that is also a great option for you to do. So I wanted to thank everyone for coming out today. One thing I don't know if I mentioned, if I could get you guys to quickly mention your name and the business that you are representing today in the comments, that would be awesome. And then that way I'd be able to send you a follow-up email with some of the more info on it. But if there is any more questions or concerns, I'm happy to help you guys out. But thank you very much for coming up today. We do have some upcoming webinars similar to this one that Jen and I have selected that we thought would help some small businesses. So a new one we added was on the 19th at 10 a.m. It's on Facebook Live. It's not on Facebook Live, it's on Zoom, but it's going to be about Facebook Live and how to utilize that for your small business. One on January the 27th on Google My Business, which Jenna will be presenting. February 9th, Instagram and TikTok. Jenna will also be doing that one. And then I'll be tackling the one on this February the 16th on Canva. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to take those now. But if there's no questions, then that's fine. We can jot down our contact info if there's something you want to ask more personal or whatever that may be. We're happy to help you out with that. Jen and I will be reaching out to more and more businesses every day, and hopefully we can get some more e-commerce sites out for those businesses to really utilize that to make more sales and have more revenue stream, which would be a great option. So if there's no more questions, thank you very much for everyone that came out today. Hopefully, oh yes, Jenna.
I just wanted to mention that, like, if you guys saw one of the e-commerce sites that you really are into, like you liked Shopify, but you're not sure how to go about getting it started, send Avery or I an email, and like we can set up a Zoom meeting and we can walk you through it step by step. You can just share your screen with us and we will walk you through it step by step. So you're not alone setting it up, and we can help with that.
And some of them do offer some nice free trials to start it off. So you don't have to, if you're interested in let's say the business option that's $30, let's say, you don't have to purchase that right away. You can get, sometimes there's like a 14-day free trial, which is nice, that you can just kind of get your hands on, get used to it, and then go from there. But if that's all, thank you very much for everyone that came out today. That's awesome. I hope to see you guys on the 19th for our Facebook Live webinar, which would be great for a lot of small businesses to utilize. So thank you very much for everyone that came out today, and take care and stay safe, everyone.